So now we're going to look at 2.4 part B. We're going to look at how we actually create a circle graph. So to create a circle graph, you've got to have a bunch of information. So this is a survey result for the number of people that work in the car, carpool, motorbike, bus, bike, and walk, okay, that commute to school. And they ask us to create a circle graph using this data. So the first step is to draw a circle graph. We have to calculate the portions. Now this is the number of people. The first thing we have to do is calculate the total people surveyed. So we take each number, 75 plus 20, that's 95, plus 5 is 100, plus 75 is 175, 185, 200. You can even do this in your calculator, punch it in, you get 200. So then we have to take each one and come up with a percentage. So 75 divided by 200 gives me 0.375. That's decimal percent. If you wanted to write an actual percentage, it would be 37.5% of the people that commute to this school that actually go through and do the car alone. Now, they killed two birds with one stone because the car is 75, but the bus is also 75. So 37.5% is the car and 37.5% is the bus. The next thing is the carpool. 2 over 200 gives me 0.1. That turns out to be 10%. If we multiply it by 100, we get the percentage, not the decimal percent. So the percentage is nice when you're actually putting it on the circle like here, to have the full percentage instead of the decimal percent. Okay, motorbike 5 divided by 100. If we times this or divide it by 200, it gives you a decimal percentage of decimal 0.25, which is really 2.5% if you multiply by 100. Biking, 10 people, 10 divided by 200 gives me 0.05. That's 5% if you multiply by 100. And walking gives you 15 out of 200 or 0.075, which is 7.5%. Okay, so we get the percentages or the decimal percents. Now, in order to figure out this, what do we draw in the circle? We know a circle contains 360 degrees. So we have a decimal percent that we're going to use in each case. Because we know it's 360 degrees, we're going to take each decimal percent and multiply by 360. So the car alone, we're going to measure 135 degrees. Then the carpool, we're going to measure 0.1 times 360, so 36 degrees. So you multiply each decimal percent by 360, and then you go about and graph them. So with your trusty protractor, after you draw a circle with your compass here, let me bring my compass down. If we draw a circle with our compass, so we're just going to extend it out, and I'm going to draw a circle. And I pull it off. You'll leave that nice little pencil mark in the center where your center actually is, right? I have a trouble with this because for some reason it doesn't leave it for me, so I have to draw it in for myself. Pencil dot. Okay. So then from the center you draw a straight line out somewhere. So I draw a straight line out from the center, and then I'm going to measure my first one. My first one is 135 degrees. I'll do the first one, maybe the second one, and then we'll have you guys work on your other one. So you try and hit it so it's right at the center, and this line goes straight across. And our first one is 135 degrees, so from 0, 135 is right here, right? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 135. That gives me that point. So then I move my protractor off, not make it bigger. That's silly. Move my protractor off and I create a line here out to that dot. But then what you can do is you only have to draw it to that center of that circle. So then we either color it with a different color and we make, okay, so if I color it, we color it nicely. I'm not very nicely at coloring. Oh, don't go out of the lines. So you would color it and then you would label it over here. This was my bus one, right? No, car alone. But it could also have been my bus one. And then I carry on to measure my next one. My next one is 36 degrees. I come back down, I center it, but I have to rotate it so my line actually hits on that line right there. Okay, so now I'm measuring 36 degrees from carpooling, so 10, 20, 36. I pull my marker out. 36 is right there. No, over here, right there. Okay. Then I move my protractor off and I draw that line. I'm having a hard time drawing because of the fact that my lines, but you can come in with an eraser and erase that. So this is carpool. So if I color this in here, red, then I would come over here and make my carpool box red. Okay? That's how we create this whole circle graph. Good luck trying to draw yours. If you need help, just ask.